Welcome everyone. Today I came with another topic, taxonomic aids. So what is taxonomic aid? So scientists over working for many years they have developed the methods and techniques they have developed. So biologists have developed several methods and techniques for taxonomic studies and these methods and techniques are named to be as taxonomic aids. So example of these taxonomic aids are herbarium, botanical garden, museum, zoological parks and keys. So let's go into detail about these taxonomic aids. Now, the taxonomic studies of various plants and animals and other organisms, they are useful in different areas. Like for example, they are used in agriculture, forestry, industry, and knowing our bioresources. So all of these studies, they need correct identification of the organism and classification of the organism. Now, identification of organisms requires intensive laboratory and field studies. Okay. For plant collection, different tools are required. We need to know about the tools as well. Number A are the cutters. Number B, here you can see they are known as digger, and in the local language it is known as khurpi. The third one is vasculum. The D one is plant press, and even is herbarium sheet. We'll be knowing about in detail about the herbarium sheet. Now, for collection, classification and identification of these actual specimens of plants and animals, it is essential to know about their habitats and some other traits of those plants and animals. Okay, for collection of the specimen we have to know about the actual habitat and some traits of the organism which we are going to collect. So all of this information is used in classification of an organism, and these characters are also stored along with the specimen. Okay, specimen means the organism which we are collecting. Now sometimes specimens are also preserved for future studies. Now coming to the first taxonomical aid in detail, herbarium. Now, herbarium is a collection of plant parts that usually have been dried. They are pressed hard and preserved on sheets. Okay. In simple words, they are the collection of dried plant specimens, and these dried plant specimens are mounted on a sheet. Okay, new specimen which is identified, they are being pressed and mounted on a sheet. Okay, these sheets are further arranged according to a universally accepted system of classification. This we have discussed what is universally accepted system of classification. Now the institutes and universities, they maintain their own herbarium by collecting specimen from their local nearby areas and also far away places. Now see how herbarium looks like. So this is how herbarium looks like. Here you can see that the bundle of sheets are present. The specimen are pressed and here mounted on a sheet, and these are then preserved. Okay. So you can see here that the new specimen have been collected. They are dried, they are pressed, and they are preserved. So once we mount a plant on the sheet, we give them a labeling. We write the genus or species, family, habitat, growth, flower color. Growth means in which stage it is, what is the color of the flower, where from it is collected, who collected it, who identified it, and the common names, which is called locally in that area. Okay, in that area or some nearby areas, and the date collected and collection. Now these herbariums are used as a reference material. So these herbariums are used as a reference material in taxonomic studies. Okay, they are used as a reference material in taxonomic studies. So what are the uses of herbaria? Why we use the herbarium? So the uses of herbaria are listed below. So these herbaria are used for the identification of the plants. They are the compilation of floras, monographs and manuals and are mainly based on the specimens in the herbaria. Herbaria are also useful in locating wild varieties and their relatives of economically important plants. They also help in knowing the morphological variations found in the species. Herbaria are also useful for research in plant taxonomy, morphology, ecological distribution, etc. Now, another taxonomical aid is the botanical garden. These botanical gardens are specialized gardens and they have the collections of living plants which are developed for identification and as information source. So in these botanical gardens, large number of plants are cultivated for scientific research, for conservation, for displaying purpose, and for education. Okay, so herbaria is a collection of large number of living plants and these plants are grown here because of scientific research to start the scientific research for the conservation of plants for the displaying purpose to attract the tourists and for the education purpose. These gardens, like botanical gardens, they have facilities like library, laboratory, herbarium and museum. They are maintained by the government, semi-government and other private organizations. Botanists and gardeners look after the plants in the botanical garden. Some of the botanical gardens are Indian Botanical Garden, which is present in Havra in Calcutta, Royal Botanical Garden Kew, which is present in England, and National Botanical Research Institute, which is located in Lucknow. So look here, some of the Royal Botanical Garden is located in Kew, London. Uh, Another one, Indian Botanical Garden, is located in Havra, which is in Kolkata, and National Botanical Garden is located in Lucknow. There are some more names which I have given here. Also see, this is a picture of the Botanical Garden Kew. So this is a picture of Royal Botanical Garden in Kew, London. This is so beautiful, isn't it? Kew in London. Now this is the picture of a banyan tree in Indian Botanical Garden. Indian Botanical Garden, which is located in Havra, Kolkata. Okay. Now, when any plant is labeled in the botanical garden, they shows their family name and the scientific name. The label shows the scientific name, which is Spigelia marylandica, and the family name, that is Loganiaceae. Okay, so the labeling include the family name and the scientific name. Now the third taxonomical aid is the museum. Museum is a place where the plants and animals are preserved, that are saved for study and further information source. Okay, they are saved for study and further information source. They are safeguarded or they are protected or preserved either in additive arrangement or as a dry sample, means either in a solution or as a dry sample. Okay, it frequently has an accumulation of skeletons of animals too. Sometimes the organisms are preserved in the form of skeleton. The universities and educational institutes, they maintain their own museum in their botany and zoology departments. You must have seen that. Plants which cannot be kept in herbaria are preserved in museums. For example, algae, fungi, mosses, ferns, fruits, they require special maintenance, so they cannot be preserved in herbaria, so they are kept in museum. Now, specimens are preserved in containers or jars in preservative solutions or as dry samples. Plants and animal specimens may also be preserved as dry specimens. Insects are first killed, then they are pinned and then preserved, while larger animals either they are stuffed or they are preserved in the skeleton forms. Okay, so animals either they are stuffed or they are preserved in skeletal forms. Another important taxonomical aid is the zoological park. So, they are the places where the wild animals are kept in the protected environment under the human supervision. Okay, and this protection and keeping care of these wild animals enable us to learn about their food habits and their behavior. So, this helps in the study of these animals who are kept in a protected environment under human supervision. These zoological parks provide natural habitat to the animals. There are around 200 zoological parks in India, and this zoological park it provides great opportunity for concentrating on the behavior, sustenance, propensities for the animals. The zoos are maintained by Central Zoo Authority of India. The World Zoo Conservation Strategy WZCS it refer to all these zoological institutions as zoos. Okay? Role of zoological park they increase the understanding of the wildlife since they are kept in the protected environment, their habitat and their behavior have been studied, so they increase the understanding. These are the centers for recreation and education. They are the center for conservation of threatened and rare animal species. They provide sites for ex situ breeding of endangered animals, conservation through captive breeding of endangered animals. So these are some of the zoological parks famous in India. These are National Zoological Park present in Delhi, Nandan Kanan Zoo which is in Odisha, Rajiv Gandhi Zoological Park which is in Pune, Alipur Zoological Garden which is in Kolkata and so on. Next taxonomical aid is the key. So the biological keys are the another taxonomical aid used for the identification of plants and animals based on their similarities and dissimilarities. That is based on the contrasting characters. They are used for identification of the plants and animals. Okay. Now these keys they help in the identification of plants and animals by selecting and eliminating the characters according to their presence or absence in the organism under the study. So see, I'll explain you this by one example. So here see, this is an example of biological key. There are a list of questions which helps in identifying and classifying the organisms. So each character here of an organism is there present in a couplet. See here each question is in the form of contrasting character and this is known as couplet. And in this couplet if you observe that to identify the insect whether the organism is insect or not, one character is accepted and the other is rejected. So for insect this character is rejected and this is correct. For another point this is rejected and this is correct. This is rejected and this is correct. So among the couplets one is correct, one is accepted and the other is rejected. This helps us to classify and identify the organism. So apart from all the mentioned taxonomical aids, there are some other means which are also present. So number one is flora. So flora are the these flora gives us the information about the plants of a particular country, particular region or in a particular habitat. Okay. So they are the important resource that provide information. Flora is a document, is a document which provides information about the plants in a particular habitat. Provides information about the plants in a particular habitat or in a particular region. Okay, this is what flora is. So it gives us information on taxonomy, nomenclature and descriptive data for taxa covered. These flora also include information on the biology, distribution and habitat preferences of the taxa, as well as some examples, some identification keys we have already discussed, and some other information. So these floras, they provide index to the plant species found in a particular area. So this is a document flora which helps in finding out the plants in a particular area. Okay, as we saw that these are the documents which provides information about the plants in a particular area. Okay. Next we come to manuals and catalogs. These are other means of recording the description. They help in correct identification. So manuals, they are useful in providing information about the plants and animals. They provide the information about plants and animals for identification of names of the species found in an area. So manual generally helps us in finding the names of the species in a particular area. The next one is monograph. The monograph is a comprehensive treatment of a taxon in a biological taxonomic studies. The important thing to know about monograph is that these are the document which contain information on any one taxon. So better if I write, they are the document containing the information on any one taxon. Any one taxon. Please remember that. Okay, they revise all known species within a group, add any newly discovered species, collect and organize available information on the ecological associations, geographic distributions and morphological variations within the group. The first ever monograph of a plant taxon was given in Robert Morrison Plantarum umbelliferarum distributio nova. This is the name of the book. Okay, so what we studied as a summary about other taxonomical traits are, we discussed about flora. We discussed about flora, which are the plants found in a specific area or a particular area or in a specific habitat. The manuals which describe each and every plant, the names of each and every plant in an area. Catalog is all kinds of species found in a particular area are represented in the document catalog. Monograph, which provides us the information on any one taxon. Okay, so today we have discussed about taxonomical aids. We discussed about herbaria, botanical garden, museum, zoological park. At last we discuss some other taxonomical aids which are also used, that is flora, manual, catalog and monograph. So I hope this video has helped you to give the complete knowledge about taxonomical aids. If this video has helped you, please like it and subscribe the channel and share it as much as possible so that this video can help as many students as it is possible. Okay, thank you so much. See you again.